Dear spectators of the human tragedy. Laughter once echoed through the corridors of my triumph, a cacophony of scorn that wrapped around me like a velvet cloak. Those chuckles, sharp and biting, were the currency of my power, the high notes in a symphony of dominance. Each sneer, each mocking roar, painted a picture of my reign. I was the king of a kingdom built on fear and ridicule, where the air was thick with the scent of my victories and the flavor of my enemies' defeat. But oh, how the tables have turned. In the shadow of that once vibrant laughter, silence now reigns supreme. It creeps in, insidious and slow, like a fog rolling over a battlefield. One by one, the voices fade, leaving behind the hollow echo that rattles in the chambers of my mind. Isolation is a cruel mistress. She lingers just out of sight, waiting for the moment of weakness to strike. The laughter that once fueled my ego has dissolved into a desperate stillness, a reminder of the connection severed in the pursuit of power. I hear the silence now, a haunting reminder of what I have lost, faces that once looked up to me, now turned away in disappointment or fear. The weight of remorse crushes against my chest, a heavy stone that I cannot shake. Regret is an uninvited guest that settles in, filling the space where joy once lived. It whispers of moments wasted, of laughter turned to tears. I recall the faces, those who once stood by my side, who cheered for my victories. They are shadows now, flickering memories that taunt me, reminding me of the bridges I burned in my relentless ascent. I was a jester in my own court, throwing daggers cloaked in humor, believing that I wielded power. But power is an illusion, a mirage that dances just out of reach. It intoxicates, yes, but it also blinds. The thrill of dominance painted my world in vibrant colors, but now, all I see is gray. I chased the high, the rush of feeling untouchable, only to discover that this high comes with a cost. I demanded respect through fear, and in doing so, I carved a chasm between me and the very souls I sought to elevate. As I stand in the remnants of my own making, I realize the truth that lurks beneath the surface. Those who once feared me now merely pity me, and pity is a cold companion. The laughter that once echoed with power is now replaced by a heavy silence, a stark reminder of my isolation. I traded connections for control, and now I'm left with nothing but the shadows of my choices. In this silence, I confront the remnants of my arrogance. Pride, that insatiable beast, fed on my victories, growing fatter with each conquest. But pride is a double-edged sword, and now it cuts deep, leaving scars that will never heal. It taunts me, whispers sweet nothings of past glories while suffocating me in the present. I stand amidst the ruins of what I once thought was strength, staring into the abyss of my own making. The faces of those I once called allies haunt me. They linger like ghosts, forever trapped in my memory. I can almost hear their laughter again, mocking me, reminding me of the warmth I once felt. But warmth has turned to cold indifference, and the chill of solitude seeps into my bones. I am left with the bitter taste of my own ambitions, and it is a flavor I cannot escape. In this dark abyss, I am forced to reckon with the echoes of my past. The laughter that once fueled my rise now serves as a reminder of the connections I sacrificed. And as I stand here, in the silence that follows, I cannot help but wonder, was it worth it? What have I truly gained in this relentless pursuit of power? The answer stares back at me in the stillness, a reflection of a lonely king, reigning over a kingdom of shadows. Power, like a serpent, slithers into the hearts of the ambitious, coiling itself around their souls until they can no longer tell where they end and it begins. In the beginning, it feels like a warm embrace, a rush of adrenaline that pumps through the veins, intoxicating and euphoric. I remember the thrill, standing atop my throne, bathed in the glow of my own magnificence. Each decision, each command, sent ripples of fear and admiration that danced around me like moths to a flame. I wielded power like a master painter, splashing vibrant strokes across a canvas, creating a masterpiece steeped in dominance and control. Yet, in the shadows of that vibrant illusion, reality lurked, whispering truths I refused to acknowledge. The facade of control, so sturdy to the eye, was nothing more than a house of cards waiting for the slightest breeze to send it crashing down. I clutched my power tightly, but it slipped through my fingers like sand, each grain a reminder that the grip of authority is fragile. Every laugh that once echoed in my court now feels like a distant memory, replaced by the chilling winds of solitude. The inevitable consequences of my ambition were like an unseen predator lurking in the dark, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. I climbed the ladder of success, each run a sacrifice, each step a betrayal of the very connections I once cherished. The higher I ascended, the more isolated I became, surrounded by an empty throne and the hollow echoes of my own voice. I became a ghost in my own life, a specter haunting the ruins of my former self, once powerful but now a mere shadow of what could have been. Looking back at my past triumphs, I find no solace, only a gnawing emptiness that fills the void of my achievements. Crowning moments that should have brought joy now lay heavy on my chest, like stones pulling me deeper into the abyss. The laughter of victory, once a symphony, has turned into a dirge for the connections I sacrificed in my relentless quest for dominance. Each cheer I commanded now reverberates with a bittersweet twinge, a haunting reminder of the joy that once was and the price I paid for this fleeting power. In this cold reality, pride rears its ugly head, a ravenous beast that consumes everything in its path. It feeds on the validation of others, swelling with each victory, blinding me to the cost of my ambition. I reveled in arrogance, believing I was untouchable, a titan among mere mortals. But pride is a treacherous companion, whispering sweet lies while dulling the senses to the truth. I mistook the applause for loyalty, the cheers for camaraderie, all while crafting my own loneliness. As I stand amid the remnants of my own making, I am left with the echoes of a life lived in excess. The thrill of power once coursed through my veins, but now it feels like poison, seeping into my very essence. I yearn for connections I discarded, relationships I deemed expendable in the name of ambition. I realized too late that the emptiness I sought to fill with power is now a gaping chasm, echoing with the silence of those I pushed away. In this dark corner of my existence, I confront the reality of my choices. The pursuit of power has wrapped me in chains forged of my own making, walking me away from the warmth of genuine connections. I became a solitary figure, but king without subjects, ruling over a kingdom of shadows where laughter once reigned. What was once a glorious ascent to greatness has transformed into a slow descent into despair, where the silence screams louder than any applause ever could. The thrill of power is a fleeting mirage, a cruel joke played by a world that rewards ambition but punishes the lonely. I stand here, reflecting on the price of my success, the heavy cost of a crown that has become a burden. In the depths of this realization, I grasp the truth: power may grant you the world, but it can never fill the void left by connection. And now, as I stare into the abyss of my own making, I wonder if this was the path I was destined to walk, or merely a choice I made in the dark. Pride is a ravenous beast, gnashing its teeth in delight as it feasts on the remnants of your humanity. It lures you in with the promise of greatness, whispering sweet nothings that ignite a fire within, a fire that consumes everything in its path. Each victory, each accolade, fuels its insatiable hunger, leaving behind the trail of ashes where connections once thrived. In the intoxicating haze of success, I danced with arrogance, believing I was invincible, a god amongst mere mortals. Yet with every step forward, I ventured deeper into a labyrinth of isolation, a maze crafted by my own hubris. The parallels between power and pride are woven tightly together, like a noose around the neck of ambition. They seduce you into believing that you are the master of your fate, the architect of your destiny. But beneath this facade lies a cruel truth: every ounce of power you seize tightens the grip of solitude. The very people who once rallied by your side become mere shadows, phantoms of loyalty lost in the abyss of your ascent. I remember their faces, once radiant with camaraderie, now faded into the background of my mind, mere echoes of what once was. Each step taken in the name of ambition comes with a heavy cost, a toll paid in the currency of relationships sacrificed and moments lost. The thrill of the chase blinds you to the devastation left in your wake. The laughter shared over drinks, the bonds forged in the heat of battle, each one discarded like a broken toy in the pursuit of greatness. What is the price of success, if not the very essence of what makes us human? I climbed the mountain of ambition, and as I stood atop the peak, I found myself alone, staring into the void that stretched endlessly before me. Achievement, once a beacon of hope, now lies stretched before me like a barren wasteland, devoid of life and meaning. The trophies that adorned my walls whisper tales of triumph, yet they are hollow, mere objects that signify nothing beyond the emptiness of my existence. I traded the warmth of genuine connection for the cold steel of accolades, and now, standing amidst my trophies, I feel the chill of regret seep into my bones. Pride feeds on the validation of others, a parasite that drains the soul of its vitality. It swells with each applause, each cheer, until it clouds the mind and blinds the heart. In this dance with arrogance, I lost sight of the very thing that once defined me, my ability to connect, to empathize, to love. Instead, I constructed walls, fortifications against the vulnerability that once made me whole. I mistook my isolation for strength, believing that the fortress I built would protect me from the chaos of the world. But in truth, it imprisoned me, locking me away from the joys of shared experiences and genuine companionship. As I stand here, a monument to my own failures, I grapple with the reality that my ambition has left me with nothing but a hollow shell. The deeper I delve into this abyss of pride, the more I realize the true cost of my success. The accolades that once adorned my life are now but chains, binding me to a legacy that feels more like a curse than a blessing. The emptiness of my achievement is a stark reminder of the relationships I sacrificed, the laughter I extinguished in my relentless pursuit of power. In the shadows of my past, I find clarity amidst the darkness. The thrill of power, the intoxicating rush of dominance, now reveals itself as a cruel illusion, an ephemeral high that leaves behind only despair. I stand alone, stripped of the very connections that could have anchored me, left with nothing but the haunting echoes of my choices. In this moment of reckoning, I confront the truth: the pursuit of power may grant you the world, but it costs you your soul. The darkness that surrounds me is not merely a void, it is a reflection of the choices I've made, a stark reminder that the path I walked was paved with the bones of those I once held dear. Power, once a dazzling crown upon my head, now feels like a leaden weight, pressing down on my very soul. I stand at the precipice of a chasm, staring into the dark abyss that my ambition has carved. The thrill of might, that intoxicating rush, it once coursed through my veins like wildfire, igniting a passion that blinded me to the truth. But now, as the embers fade, what remains is a cold, desolate landscape littered with the remnants of my choices. In this void, I confront the haunting reality: power is a fleeting shadow, a cruel mistress that leaves only despair in her wake. The emotional toll of manipulation is a heavy burden to bear. Each flick of my wrist, every whispered word, wielded like a dagger, cut deep into the hearts of those around me. I played the puppeteer, tugging at the strings of their lives, and in doing so, I lost sight of my own humanity. The faces that once radiated warmth, now etched in my memory like ghosts, remind me of the darkness I've sown. I became the architect of my isolation, building walls so high that not even the softest words could breach them. The laughter that once danced around me has been replaced by an eerie silence, a stillness that screams louder than any cheer ever could. Loneliness, that bitter companion, walks beside me now, a constant reminder of the price I've paid. In the glow of success, I believed I was untouchable, invulnerable to the ache of solitude. Yet here I stand, stripped of the very connections that once anchored my existence. The throne I built upon the bones of betrayal now feels more like a prison than a palace. I look around and see the faces of my past, their eyes filled with a mix of admiration and fear, but now they are nothing but echoes, whispers lost in the wind. The irony stings. In my quest for power, I sought to elevate myself, only to find that I had dragged myself into a pit of despair. In this darkness, I seek meaning, a flicker of hope amidst the shadows. Each moment of introspection reveals the truth that power does not equate to strength. It often reveals our deepest vulnerabilities. The thrill of dominance, once a source of pride, now lays bare the emptiness of my soul. I grapple with the realization that I've traded authentic connection for superficial accolades, shiny trinkets that serve only to remind me of my hollow triumphs. The trophies that glisten with glory are mere facades, hiding the loneliness that festers beneath. As I navigate this internal storm, I find clarity in the chaos. I am both the hunter and the hunted, caught in a relentless pursuit of a power that has left me desolate. I've come to understand that the deeper the ambition, the darker the path. It is a treacherous road, littered with the remnants of friendships lost, laughter extinguished, and the warmth of love replaced by the biting cold of solitude. The thrill that once electrified my every move has morphed into a haunting melody of regret, echoing in the chambers of my heart. In this moment of reckoning, I confront my own reflection, a visage marred by the choices I've made. The loneliness of the powerful is a heavy cloak, one that wraps around me, suffocating and stifling. I realize that in my quest for supremacy, I have become a ghost among the living, a specter haunting the very halls I once ruled. The pursuit of power may have elevated me to great heights, but it has also isolated me beyond comprehension. Yet, perhaps within this silence lies an opportunity for redemption. Accepting the shadows that linger, I find strength in vulnerability. The darkness is not merely a void, it is a canvas upon which I can paint a new narrative. This journey through despair, though painful, can illuminate the path towards something greater, a chance to reclaim what I have lost and to learn from the ashes of my ambition. In the stillness, I embrace the silence, allowing it to guide me toward a deeper understanding of myself and the world I inhabit. The echoes of the past may haunt me, but they also hold the key to my liberation. In the aftermath of the storm, silence reigns supreme, a heavy shroud that blankets all remnants of what once was. This quiet is not merely an absence of sound, it is a presence, a weight pressing down on my chest, suffocating in its intensity. The echoes of laughter that once filled these halls have been replaced by the mournful whispers of memories, a cacophony of regret that reverberates through the empty spaces of my mind. Each moment of stillness is a reminder of the choices that led me here, a relentless drumbeat of solitude that drives the knife deeper into my heart. Isolation is a cruel master, feeding on the remnants of my pride. It weaves its tendrils around me, tightening with every passing day, reminding me of the faces I've lost, friends turned into phantoms, laughter twisted into mockery. I once basked in the glow of admiration, a false sun that blinded me to the shadows creeping in. Now, I wander through the ruins of my own making, haunted by the specter of those I have wronged. The silence is thick, palpable, wrapping around me like a shroud, and within it, I confront the monstrous truth. I am alone, abandoned in the depths of my own ambition. Anxiety coils in my stomach, a serpent ready to strike. The stillness that follows me is not peaceful, it is a breeding ground for doubt and despair. Each heartbeat echoes like a drum, reminding me of the ticking clock, the relentless passage of time that erodes the foundation of my sanity. The ghosts of my past decisions swirl around me, their whispers becoming a symphony of pain, each note a reminder of the isolation I have wrought. In a world where power once felt so intoxicating, I now find myself drowning in a sea of my own making, gasping for breath as the waves of regret crash over me. The irony of seeking connection is not lost on me. In my blind pursuit of power, I built walls so high that even my own voice struggles to reach me. I yearned for admiration, for validation, for the warmth of companionship. Yet, in my quest, I cast aside the very bonds that could have anchored me. Now, I stand amidst the ruins of my choices, the architecture of my life crumbling around me, and I am left with nothing but the bitter taste of solitude. The loneliness is not just a feeling, it is a living entity, a creature that gnaws at the edges of my mind, relentless in its pursuit of my sanity. As I confront this heavy silence, I am struck by a profound realization. Solitude, while painful, is also a mirror, reflecting the darkest corners of my soul. In this isolation, I have the opportunity to peel back the layers, to confront the truth hidden beneath the facade of power. The burden of solitude is not merely a cross to bear, it is a chance for introspection, a path leading to self-discovery. Within this dark cocoon, I can wrestle with my demons, face the consequences of my actions, and perhaps, in the depths of despair, unearth the strength needed to transform. The haunting echoes of my past decisions linger, a chilling reminder of the cost of ambition. Each choice, each betrayal, has left its mark, carving out a hollow space where warmth used to reside. Yet, amidst the desolation, I find a glimmer of hope. This silence, heavy as it may be, can also be a canvas, a space to create a new narrative. It is in these moments of introspection that the seeds of redemption can take root. I must embrace the silence, allow it to wash over me, and in doing so, find clarity amidst the chaos. The journey through darkness is not without its scars, but those scars tell a story, a testament to the battles fought within. I will rise from this solitude, not as a specter of my former self, but as a being reborn from the ashes of my ambition. The echoes of laughter that once mocked me now transform into whispers of understanding, guiding me toward a deeper connection with myself and, perhaps, one day, with others. The silence may be daunting, but it is within this stillness that I can finally begin to heal, to learn, and to seek the truths that lie hidden in the shadows. In this stillness, the air hangs thick with unspoken truths, a heavy fog that wraps around my thoughts like chains. Solitude is not simply an absence of company, it is a crucible, a dark chamber where the fire of self-reflection burns hot and bright. Each flicker of flame illuminates the shadows of my past, revealing the grotesque caricatures of my former self, the arrogant figure who once reveled in the cruel laughter of power. Now, as I stand amidst the ruins of my ambition, I am forced to confront the stark reality of who I have become, an empty shell, echoing with the sounds of my own disillusionment. Regret slithers through my veins, a venom coursing through my being. It whispers sweet nothings, promising solace, yet it only deepens the hollowness within. Each memory, each misstep, is a dagger that twists deeper with every moment of solitude. I embrace this pain, not as a burden, but as a harsh teacher. In the quietude, I find clarity, a sharp blade cutting through the fog, revealing the path I must take. The lessons of the past are etched in my mind like scars on a weathered landscape, each one a testament to the choices I made, choices that led me to this suffocating isolation. The darkness beckons, but it also offers a strange comfort. Here, in the depths of despair, I find the strength to peel away the layers of pretense. I no longer wear the mask of the powerful, the facade shatters, revealing the fragile core beneath. This introspection is not for the faint of heart, it is a brutal confrontation with the self, a wrestling match with the very demons I created. Each grapple brings forth the realization that my arrogance was not a shield, but a prison, a gilded cage that held me captive, stifling the very essence of who I could have been. In this darkness, I begin to understand the cost of ambition. The higher I climbed, the further I drifted from authenticity. Success, once a glittering prize, now feels like a cruel joke, a mirage that led me to a barren wasteland. As I sift through the ashes of my achievements, I see the faces of those I pushed away, the friendships I sacrificed at the altar of pride. The emptiness of my victories weighs heavy on my heart, a constant reminder that material gain comes at an insurmountable cost, a cost measured in loneliness and regret. And yet, within this bleak landscape, a flicker of hope ignites. The silence that envelopes me is not merely a void, it is a fertile ground where the seeds of transformation can take root. Embracing this solitude allows me to find strength in vulnerability. I am not just a product of my choices, I am also the architect of my redemption. As I navigate the labyrinth of my mind, the shadows transform into guides, illuminating the path toward a more profound understanding of myself and my place in this world. This journey is not without its trials. The echoes of laughter, once cruel and mocking, now turn into whispers of wisdom. They remind me that every misstep can lead to growth, every fall can pave the way for a resurgence. In this dance with darkness, I learn to forgive myself, to accept the flawed being that I am, an anti-hero forged in the crucible of my own making. The burden of solitude is heavy, but it is also a catalyst for change, a chance to rise anew from the ashes of my past. As I step into the light of this newfound understanding, I feel the weight begin to lift. The silence, once oppressive, becomes a symphony of possibility. I am ready to embrace the shadows, to allow them to guide me toward a more authentic existence. In the depths of isolation, I find the threads of connection waiting to be woven anew, not with power, but with understanding, empathy, and the strength born from my darkest moments. The echoes of my past may linger, but they no longer define me. Instead, they propel me forward, urging me to seek the light in my own darkness and discover the profound truths that lie within. In the dim light of reflection, the past looms like a specter, casting long shadows over the fragile landscape of my mind. Each decision, a brushstroke on the canvas of my existence, tells a tale of ambition and folly. The echoes of laughter that once filled the air have faded into a haunting silence, a testament to how the weight of choices can bend even the strongest of wills. As I stand amidst the ruins of my own making, I confront the ghosts of a time when scorn felt like power, and cruelty danced in the light of my victories. The lingering effects of my past decisions cling to me like a second skin, a constant reminder of the paths I have tread. Each misstep resonates, reverberating through the hollow chambers of my heart. I can see the faces of those I disregarded, the people who once believed in me, now mere shadows in my memory. Their absence is palpable, a void filled with regret and sorrow. I ponder the irony. The very power I sought to wield has become the chains that bind me, a cruel twist of fate that has turned allies into adversaries, love into disdain. Yet, as I traverse this treacherous terrain, a flicker of realization ignites within me. Redemption is not an illusion, but a journey waiting to be undertaken. The possibility of change stirs in the depths of my soul like a phoenix yearning to rise from the ashes. I contemplate the steps required to reclaim my humanity, to confront the darkness that I have both embraced and feared. Accountability beckons, a mirror held up to my past, demanding that I acknowledge the consequences of my actions. It is not enough to simply glance at the wreckage. I must dive deep into its depths, unearthing the truths hidden beneath the surface. The call for accountability is a thunderous roar in the silence, a demand for honesty that reverberates through my very being. It urges me to cast aside the masks I wear, to shed the layers of arrogance that have kept me distant from those who once stood by my side. I cannot hide from my failures any longer. They are the bedrock upon which my future must be built. Each shard of pain becomes a stepping stone, guiding me toward a more meaningful existence, where connection triumphs over conquest. Embracing the silence is not an act of surrender, it is a declaration of intent. In this stillness, I find the courage to face the echoes of my past, to allow them to teach me instead of torment me. I learn that acceptance is a powerful ally, transforming remorse into wisdom. The burdens I carry are not merely weights to bear, they are the catalysts that ignite the flame of self-discovery and growth. As I sift through the remnants of my former self, I realize that it is in this darkness that I will unearth the strength to reshape my destiny. The journey toward redemption is fraught with challenges, but it is also rich with opportunity. Each step forward is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, reminder that even in the depths of despair, transformation is possible. The silence that once felt suffocating now serves as a canvas for renewal, a space where I can paint a new narrative, one that honors the lessons of the past while embracing the promise of tomorrow. As I stand on the precipice of change, I feel the weight of my choices begin to lift. The shadows that once threatened to engulf me now become my allies, guiding me toward a brighter horizon. The echoes of my past may linger, but they no longer dictate the course of my life. Instead, they fuel my resolve, urging me to seek connection, understanding, and ultimately, a sense of belonging that transcends the hollow victories of power. In this darkened theater of my mind, I find the courage to step into the light. I embrace the silence, the stillness that now resonates with possibility. It is a silence born not of emptiness, but of acceptance, a profound understanding that my past does not define me. The journey ahead is mine to navigate, and with each heartbeat, I reclaim the narrative of my life, transforming the echoes of my past into a symphony of resilience and hope. Share this message if you believe that even the darkest paths can lead to unexpected strength and resilience. Leave a comment about a moment when you found power in your struggles, and subscribe for more gritty insights that challenge the norm and unveil the raw truths of life. Embrace the chaos, for it is in the shadows that we often discover our true selves.